taking back the crown. I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah, the crown. So close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah.
Yo. 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 Yo.
Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Hey, well, let's go. You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it.
Dude. Dragon Ball Superman Episode 86 review. Shit. Bro.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Yo, alright. Yo, okay. This episode I have to talk about. So basically, we're jumping to the main gun here. But first, I have to talk about a couple things. Number one, we found out that when Goku was able... Now, this is the one thing I'll get to before I get the main meat. The main juice. The main tenderness of this episode. I'll explain a lot about what's going on. Basically, Goku was talking to Dende. And apparently, Dende knows the location on where Android 17 is. So much, in fact, that since Goku can't use instant transmission, that's at his power level, because obviously he's an android, and android doesn't have any, they're not physical, well, they're basically not human beings, so he can't really sense human powered up energy. So since they're machines and not humans, he's unable to sense them. So technically, Dende is, now I didn't know this, but the lookout can actually move like a freaking travel machine. That's pretty bonkers, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting that. But what was also really, really cool was that Dende mentioned a lot about Oob. Now, for DBZ fans, we know about Oob, as we already remember that Oob is the reincarnation of Majin Buu. And, yo, even though you may hate GT, I will admit, Maju was a pretty cool fusion. I liked the Oob and Maju fusion thing was actually pretty tight. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually a really cool thing, and I actually used to use him a lot back in the Tenkaichi 2 and Tenkaichi 3 games. He's a pretty cool character to use, like one of my top favorites to use in the game. But anyways, yeah. But anyways, when it comes to that, I really like the fact that Dende hinted that. Right now, at that time, I think he was still like a young boy. He wasn't like a full-grown preteen, teenager as of yet, like we've seen him at the very end of Dragon Ball Z. So I'm thinking, I wonder if we're going to get a time skip that goes to that exact timeline right after Dragon Ball Z ended. So we probably already know that the universe is probably not going to be blown up if that's the case, but maybe, unless there's some weird mindfuckery where it does, and of course Whis isn't going to go anywhere because obviously he's an angel, maybe he'll recreate the world or something. The world, though. Maybe. He could probably do that, but that's something for another time, though. Some kind of other theory that I'm thinking of. But, yeah. So, basically, when it comes to that, we find out Android 17, as we already know, and back at the very end of Z, that he was pretty much, or in this case, it was kind of hinted when we saw, like, a glimpse of him at the end of Majin Buu, when he was giving the energy to Goku. Because people thought, like, it wasn't really Android 17. They thought it was, like, someone else that looked like him. But no, right after the Cell games, and what happened when Goku made the wish, when they all used the Dragon Balls, that's what happened. And for all the people he killed, including Android 17 as well, he was back, resurrected, and he lived his life the way he wanted. which was to, I guess, he had a purpose in life. Maybe we just didn't know. He probably did have a purpose in life because he wanted to always obey. He always had to obey Dr. Jarrell, but at the end of the day, it turned out that he wanted his own free will, his own power to live. And that's basically his ambition. I guess before he was an android, back when he was just a plain teenager, he wanted to be a park ranger, or someone who actually protects like the natural environments of a park from being underneath attack from poachers. And that's exactly what we got here. Now, not only that, but these poachers are no ordinary poachers. These people got motherfucking machines and shit. I'm like, bro, where the hell do you guys get machines from? Like, these robotic, ridiculous machines that I didn't think poachers would even use. I'm like, these aren't no normal human poachers. Okay. And especially that's what's up when we saw the very end of the episode where this giant spacecraft of poachers are coming for that weird, for that really rare, mammoth purple thing, whatever the hell it is, that rare creature. So, yeah, there's that. And then finally, let's talk about the main meat about this episode. Let's talk about the power scaling of Android 17 from Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball Super. Now, in Dragon Ball Z, we know that Android 17 could easily take on Piccolo even when he was fused with Kami. We saw it in action. When Piccolo was fighting against 17, we noticed that in his ultimate Super Namekian form, 17 was still able to wreck Piccolo. Well, not wreck him, but you pretty much get my drift. He was able to go blow to blow, toe to toe. Now, granted, both of them are pretty equally in strength. So that's actually pretty crazy. But here's the other thing that's bonkers, though. Now, are you ready for this? Android 17 can topple with a God Super Saiyan transformation. Let that sink in. Let that shit sink in, people. Android 17 can topple with a Super Saiyan Blue transformated Goku, blow from blow, toe to toe, without any problems whatsoever, evenly matched in strength. And the shocking part is, these dudes are still holding back. That wasn't even full force. And of course, because of the whole nature and the animals and etc., they really couldn't go the extra mile like they wanted to. And if they did, yo, unbelievably planetary, man. Shit. Oh my god, dude. Okay. So when it came to the fight between Goku and 17, I thought it was very well done. The animation was very fluid when it comes to the dynamics of the fight between Goku and 17. We did sort of got a hint. I don't think it was now Toshi and the boys that did this week's episode, but the dynamics of the fight and the way the sunset was set, the scenery and the fight and the choreography of how the fight was moved was done smooth as butter. Like, literally it was. This was Toei's best work when it comes to Super. And so far, the Universal Survival arc has been using some pretty solid good animation. Leaps and bounds better than Universe 6, I'll say that much. So it seems like, you know, Toei is making some kind of games here. But I think only because of Dragon Ball Super, because it's not as a long-running series like, of course, let's say One Piece, obviously. Because, speaking of that, I do have to talk about that. That's going to be the very last thing I review is the One Piece anime episode, for reasons which I'll explain. But other than that, though, when it comes to the power scaling, the fight was done very well done. Especially, you know, he was using the old school attacks, like the android, like the break barrier and all that. I'm like, dude, this is fantastic, man. This fight, man, was just wow. So, but of course, what was going on was that Goku convinced him to join while they were talking on, while they were eating dinner at a fight, where they had like a campfire thing going on. And he's like, well, I really can't because I'm the protector. People like those poachers could be coming back, and if I'm gone even for a second, they'll come for that rare creature. But then Goku's like, look, I didn't want to tell you this. I didn't want to do this just to. The only way to probably maybe get you by force. But I hate to bring the bearer of very depressing news, but if we do not win this, we'll all be erased. The universe will be gone. And Android 17's like, well, it doesn't matter, because even if we all get blown up, that's fine. I could just be blown up and be sacrificed with my animals and nature in general. So Goku was really trying to find some stubborn way, and I think, judging from the preview of the next episode, it kind of looks like this is going to be the reason on how 17 is going to join, because obviously from the opening, trailers, blah 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 blah, you get the gist. We see 17 in the scenery, so it's obvious he is going to join, probably for this particular reason. So that, again, we shall see exactly how that rolls out. And until then, that's basically it. That's my review. Overall, 17, the hype train is forever, with not only Dragon Ball Super, but Android 17